in Florida will enter recounts this weekend. In the past, recounts have rarely changed the outcomes of elections, but this year there's been some controversies surrounding Florida's ballot. Citrus TV correspondent Anthony Dabbundo is here to break down the recount process for us. Anthony?
Now, the morning after the midterms, Republican Senate candidate Rick Scott held a 35,000 vote lead. Many pundits claimed that the race was over, but as votes have been counted, Scott has seen his lead shrink. He now leads Democrat Bill Nelson by just over 12,000 votes, less than 0.2%. Now, every ballot will be recounted twice, first by the machines to ensure there was no error in tabulation, and then they'll be counted by hand. Now, the deadline to finish the recount process is Sunday night, but election officials say that's not enough time to count every ballot in each close race. It will be up to the courts to decide whether or not to extend the Sunday night deadline. After all, every vote hasn't even been counted yet. Overseas votes will be accepted until Friday. These votes tend to skew Democratic and could help Nelson close the gap even further. Now, a report today said that election officials in Bay County accepted some email votes. Now, Bay County is one of the counties in the Panhandle, and it was heavily affected by the Hurricane Matthew, which hit earlier this year. So they accepted 147 email ballots, which is illegal. Now, both Scott and President Trump have made claims that voter fraud is influencing the election after Broward County missed its deadline to report its initial final vote tally. Now, Broward was at the center of the 2000 controversy in the Bush v. Gore race. It's the most Democratic county in the state. Now, there's been no evidence of any voter fraud, according to the two election observers. And Broward County has an unusual phenomenon this year. The ballot for Broward County, the governor's race was at the top of the ticket, the Senate race all the way down at the bottom. That could be a reason why there were 30,000 less total votes for the Senate than there were for the governor's race. It could be a computer error, or it could be that voters just didn't see it. That meant that voters didn't see the Senate race at the bottom of the ticket. Now, Scott looks like he's going to hold on and win, but knowing Florida's election history, anything is possible.